Hi, it's me, Olivia. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel for interesting stories and visit my Patreon page for early access. Link in the description. Thanks. To a casual observer, it looked for all the world like a dozen teenage girls having a great time in and around the pool on a glorious sunny afternoon. By 2 o'clock, Bobby was on first names with everyone. There was Cindy, who was still insisting on calling him Bobby, Beth, who was probably the quietest one of the group, then Amber and Jade, who were sisters. They were both blonde and blue-eyed with only a year between them. Sue, whose mom ran the diner. Marjorie, who everyone called Maz, Julia, Ally, Shelley, and Mary. Then of course there was River. When they had stopped for sodas and ice cream, it had been like a debriefing. The questions had come thick and fast. Now they were all lying on loungers or towels spread on the poolside. They're okay for a bunch of girls, he thought. Maybe it won't be so bad here after all. It turned out that all of the girls' moms except Sue's worked at the same place as his. For one reason or another, no one's father seemed to live with them. It's like the single-parent capital of the world, Shelley had told him. Most everyone in town has something to do with the factory. It's the only reason that this town keeps going, and there are hardly any men who work there. You're the only boy your age in the whole place, you know. Then it happened. Out of the cool water, and surrounded by hot girls, he had got a woody that showed through the black lycra. He tried to sit so that no one would notice, but too late. River had seen it. With a sly smile, she had reached into a bag under her lounger and produced a sort of large filmy scarf. I think you had better put this round you, if your little pal's going to make himself present. She loosely tied it round his waist. Looks like Bobby likes being a girl, someone laughed. Get a picture. Shelley pulled out a camera. Okay, girl. Smile for the camera. Bobby was reluctant to pose in a girl's swimsuit, but River pulled him to his feet. Leading him to the poolside, she held his hand and posed sexily. Come on, Bobby, it's only a bit of fun. Her hand was warm. Oh boy, she was cute. Bobby smiled nervously and decided to make the best of it. He moved closer to her. Click. Well, that was it. Soon everyone had had their photo taken, posing by the pool like fashion models or just larking around. When Shelley ran out of film, Bobby had appeared in at least 5 of the shots. Bobby would have never have believed that he could have had so much fun with a bunch of girls, and he hadn't even tried to hit on any of them. It was now getting close to 5 o'clock and everyone was starting to drift off home. Bobby had changed back into his normal clothes. Strangely, the girls' attitudes had changed when he reappeared. Still friendly, just not the same. Gee, Bobby. I'd almost forgotten you were a boy, Beth had said. It's a pity you're not really a girl. You could come to slumber parties and everything. That was it. While they had been swimming, he had been like one of the girls, one of the gang. Now he was just some boy again. Only River had treated him just the same. When everyone else had gone, they rode back across town together. Bobby told her what Beth had said. She had laughed. Don't worry about a thing. You can borrow my swimsuit anytime you like. She paused. Bobby, maybe I should just wear a skirt next time, he said, then laughed at the thought of it. My mom would go nuts. River just grinned. You would make a cute girl, nice legs, shame about the face. Bobby put on a squeaky Minnie Mouse voice. Ooh, you're so cruel. They laughed and teased each other all the way home. The next day was Sunday. River and Shelley had called round, and his mom had fussed around making an early lunch for everyone. She said it was great that he was making new friends. They had helped him sort out his room, and he had even managed to find his swimming costume in one of the boxes. They were laughing about it when Bobby's mom came in with cookies and soda. What's all the noise about then? The whole story soon came out. Shelley had even told her how cute Bobby had looked. He blushed bright red. His mom had laughed, but he thought he caught a strange look on her face. Hey, said Shelley. The photos are in my bag. She rushed downstairs. Bobby's mom looked through the pictures, asking about the other girls. He watched her closely as she came to the ones of him. You do look kind of cute, Bobby. What did Mrs. Summers say about you borrowing River's costume? She was at work, he murmured. Anyway, I've got mine now. He waved his trunks. They finished the cookies. Why don't you all go out and play? I can finish up here. When they had gone down the road on their bikes, Bobby's mom looked through the photos again. "Oh, Bobby," she said. They cycled down to the lake. River and Shelley wanted to show him the old logging mill. It was kinda cool, in a creepy Friday the 13th kinda way. It was right on the shore of the lake, and they sat on a crumbling loading dock watching the water. A rusting truck sagged slowly into the long grass. "I'm sorry about telling your mom about the swimsuit," said Shelley. "It just kinda came out." "You did look cute, though," River agreed. Anyway, she seemed okay about it. "Your mom seems pretty cool." Back home, Bobby's mom was on the telephone listening to Mrs. Summers. "So you've seen the photos too?" "No, I don't think it's a problem. River has told me all about it. I shouldn't worry. In fact, I have a rather strange request." About half an hour later, Bobby's mom put down the phone. Mrs. Summers was her new boss, and when she had told her what she had in mind, she had been loath to disagree. "Well, it would really have to be Bobby's decision," she had said. "If he wants to, then I suppose it would be okay." After all, there was no way that Bobby would say yes. She had always made sure that he had a normal boy's upbringing. Baseball, football, and camping trips. It hadn't been easy since she had parted from his father. Bobby's mom looked at the photos yet again, and then going to the closet took down the album of family pictures. She slipped the most recent one of Bobby from its sleeve and compared it to the swimming pool photos. After a moment, she turned to the front of the album. Bobby's baby pictures. One of them showed a tall, dark woman holding him. One day she thought she was going to have to tell him. Not yet, though. Yes, she was pretty sure Bobby would dismiss idea as crazy. River, Shelley, and Bobby sat in Bobby's kitchen. "Mrs. Summers has asked us over for coffee," said Bobby's mom. "You too, Shelley. Can you ask your mom to come as well?" The three looked at each other. Now what? They wondered. Shelley and River had cycled home, and Bobby wanted to know what was going on. "We aren't in trouble, are we?" he asked. "We haven't done anything." "No," his mom said. "It's a surprise. Mrs. Summers has something planned for all the girls and wants to see if you would like to be involved." The drive of River's house was full of cars. All the girls were already there with their moms. It took a few minuets for everyone to say their hellos to Bobby and his mom. Photos of the girls were spread across the table. "Okay," said Mrs. Summers. "Now we are all here, I have some very exciting news for you all." She addressed the women as Bobby and the girls waited to see what would happen next. As most of you know, Summer Cosmetics is launching a new range for teenagers. It's going to be called Teen Angel. We have already had a massive response from our existing customers, and there is also huge interest from a major teen clothing chain that want to carry the complete range. This is going to be a big deal, which will give us a larger stake in the market in the new millennium. Now for the really good part. As this is all aimed at teenage girls, I thought rather than get in the usual people from modeling agencies, we would see if you girls wanted to model for us. There will be photo shoots and possibly a trip down the catwalk to show the range to our customers. What's more, it's not just the makeup. That clothing chain I was telling you about is called New York, New York, and they are launching a new millennium collection aimed at the same age range. So we will be working with them on this. The girls had stopped chatting and just looked at Mrs. Summers. Cindy spoke first. "This is so cool. We really get to be models?" All the girls joined in, totally excited. It was bedlam. Bobby looked at his mom. She had a strange look on her face. The girls were all hugging one another. They seemed to have forgotten he was even there. "Mrs. Summers," he said. "Why am I here?" "Oh, yes, Bobby. Now I have something special in mind for you." It seemed such a shame to have all the others involved just as you are getting to know everyone. Now don't be shocked. Mrs. Summers took a picture from the pile on the table. It was one of him in River's swimsuit at the pool party. "When I saw this," she said, "it gave me an idea. If you are willing, I would like you to model for us too." Everyone was suddenly quiet. They all looked at him. "But I'm a boy," he stammered. "I know. It would be a real coup for us if we could make you as attractive as I know the girls are going to look." Bobby was at a loss. "Mom?" he said. "Well, dear, I must admit, I was surprised when Mrs. Summers told me her idea, but it's up to you. If you want to try it, it's up to you." His photo was being passed around. "Go on, Bobby," said River. She grinned at him. It would be so cool, like all girls together. I know you would look great. Now everyone joined in. Then Cindy spoke up. You are all crazy. Bobby can't be a model. No one would ever really believe he was a girl, and it would make us all look stupid. In the ensuing argument, Bobby found himself defending his right to do it. Everyone was saying he should go for it, except Cindy and her mom. That's when she bet him he wouldn't do it anyway. He couldn't stop himself. Right then, I will. The other girls had gone wild. He had been nearly hugged to death. It was agreed that he would go up to the factory tomorrow and visit the makeup studio. Just to see. If he didn't want to go through with it, he didn't have to. On the journey home, his mom was very quiet. What was he doing? He was going to look an idiot. Bobby pushed open the door. The salon was empty. Well, no one here. I can just go home. At least they can't say I didn't try. He was just turning to go when someone came in through the door at the other end of the salon. Hi. You must be Bobby. Call me Yvonne. Please subscribe for the next part and visit my Patreon page for early access. Thanks.